NaNoWriMo is weeks away.
I'm so excited, I just can't hide it.
Okay, stop that. Hey guys, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm. Today I want to bring you my NaNoWriMo Survival Kit. NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month. This basically means that you have to write an entire novel in 30 days throughout the month of November. 50,000 words is the target, which is 1,667 words per day. The first thing that you're going to need if you are going to write a novel is obviously a laptop. You could use a typewriter or a notebook if you wanted to, but honestly, I've had experience with NaNoWriMo last year where I wrote half the book in a notebook and I had to type it out afterwards, and it just wastes a whole heap of your time. So I like to have my laptop, and I also like Microsoft Word. I find Microsoft Word a lot better than Pages in general. I just find it way more user-friendly. I don't enjoy Pages. Just like... The second thing I need is caffeine in my NaNoWriMo mug, which I absolutely adore, by the way. I am not a functioning human being in the mornings without a cup of coffee. I like mine black. I'm having a bit of a sensitivity towards milk, so I just like it black with no sugar, Americano. There we go. Then throughout the day, because I like to limit myself to about 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day, depending on how
miserable I am that day.
Then I like to switch it up and go for rooibos tea, which I also just like black with no sugar. Green tea is another thing that I absolutely love. I have it with 2 slices of ginger and it's just such a yummy, healthy drink. And lastly, something that I recently discovered. Turmeric and coconut hot chocolate. This is divine, and I can promise you all of it is going to be going in this delicious NaNoWriMo mug which says your novel, your universe. The third thing that I like to have in my NaNoWriMo Survival Kit is a bottle of wine, not to drink all in one go. I've decided throughout the month of November I'm very partial to wine, red wine in specific, but I have decided that only if I meet my word goal for the day, which is 1,667 words, then I am allowed a glass of wine at dinner. I think that it's a really great way, you know, a lot of people do it with candy or something because, you know, Halloween's just happened, you're like, your house is just stocked with candy. For me, a glass of wine at the end of the evening is just a great reward system. The next thing that I like to have on me at all times is a notebook. This is absolutely chock-a-block full with my ideas for my novel at the moment. So, I mean, I've outlined everything from, you know, every single chapter of my book has now been completely outlined, which I'm really excited about. At the back there's ideas and mind maps and all sorts of character analysis and suspects and stuff. So I've been really enjoying outlining this year. Last year I was a complete pantser, which means that I just kind of didn't know what I was going to write. I just kind of sat down and let the words just ooze from my fingertips onto the laptop. This year I'm going to be smarter and plan because I feel a lot more prepared and organised with the notebook. So along with this, I really like to have pens, obviously, and I was just gifted this gorgeous Parker pen, which I absolutely love. A good pen is something every writer needs. I just love it. I love the colour. It's like a royal blue, but sometimes it looks purple. I like it a lot. So I've got that, and then I also like to have an array of different colour highlighters, because when, say, for instance, I've got like a couple of ideas in the back here, and what I do is if I use one of those ideas I can just like strike it out with a highlighter to, you know, just remind myself that I have actually used it, because I don't like to go back and edit my work while doing NaNoWriMo, purely for the fact that it just takes up time. You can edit your book afterwards. I did that last year where I would reread the chapter I'd just written the next day, and then I'd be like, oh, I've just like wasted like an hour rereading and editing something because I'm not happy with it. But that's not the point. NaNoWriMo is literally first draft. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be pretty, you know, full of typos and mistakes, and you are going to have to go back and edit it later. So I find highlighters very useful when ticking off things in my notebook. Then I have to have a dictionary on me at all times, because every writer just needs a big ass thick dictionary.
And that big book right here, right now.
Because I like to write first thing in the mornings, I love just rolling out of bed, dragging my ass to the kitchen, in which case I need a pair of lovely slippers to take myself to the kitchen in, because Being barefoot, I do love it, but I've got tiles and tiles are cold and it will just not make me very happy. I'm very easily put into a bad mood in the mornings before I have my coffee. So nice having my slippers on. I've got my NaNoWriMo shirt, which is a nice t-shirt, and I like hoodies and jumpers and big baggy pants, things like that. Like, I just find them really cozy to write in. Throughout the day, if I write later on, I like to get a bit more dressed up. I think Elizabeth Gilbert once said that she literally, every time she writes, or not every time, but often, she'll completely dress up when she writes. She'll put on some nice lipstick and just feel good about herself, because it's almost like she's having a date with herself. And I really like that idea. But I do like writing when I'm, you know, messy too. Another thing I will highly recommend, because when you start writing, the last thing you want to do is get up and be distracted. I like to have bottles of water on my desk so that I don't have to get up and move. You know, that's the only thing I find that's a little bit difficult about this NaNoWriMo mug of mine, because the coffee is going to go cold and then I'm going to need a refill.
Water. Stay hydrated. Drink your 8 cups of water a day.
Then it's really nice to have snacks, things that are really easy to just pick on while you write so that you don't get too hungry. A lot of people do like microwave meals and stuff. For me personally, I like to try and be a little bit more healthy. I like to get blueberries, almonds, sliced up cucumbers, some little bits of cheese, cheddar cheese, I love it, oh my god. Some little baby carrots, you know, little things that you can just pick on and have like at the ready. So you don't have to go and waste time preparing something in the kitchen.
It's also very nice to have parents that cook for you so that you can continue to write. Love you, Dad.
The last thing that I absolutely, definitely require throughout the month of November is YouTube, and I'll tell you why. NaNoWriMo is a time of year where a lot of the writers decide to vlog their experience, and I think that is such an excellent idea because they upload their vlogs onto YouTube. And I love watching other people's vlogs because it, you know, it gives you motivation. You know, you see other people doing the same thing as you, writing a book in a month, and just, it's so nice to see other people experiencing it too. So YouTube for motivation and inspiration is just such a wonderful thing. Let me know if you have any other things in your NaNoWriMo Survival Kit in the comments down below, and if you're participating this year, congratulations, I'm really excited. Add me as a writing buddy.
NaNoWriMo just needs to come now because I'm going mad waiting for it. It's like a bloody countdown.
Anyway guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Talk to you soon. Ciao.